Hello everyone, it's good to be with you again. Nancy Holasic here at the Senior Center to bring you another class or two. We're going to try and tape 2 more classes for the chair class and 2 more for the intermediate or mat class. So you'll have about 6 classes to kind of rotate through, and that should help you get through the next few months. I hope you're enjoying the tapings. And just be aware, if you're not already, that there's also 2 exercise classes offered through the city's webpage and also the British history class. So there's lots of good things to access through the city's website. Again, good to be with you again. We're going to practice a gentle yoga here, and we're going to understand that yoga is for everybody. We don't have to have the perfect shape. We don't have to do the perfect pose. We just start where we are and we do what we can on any given day. Always knowing that on any given day our body can be a little bit different. This week I'm going to focus a little bit more on back strengthening. I've been doing a lot of yard work, some landscaping. Now we're getting into the snow shoveling season. So we need to have really strong backs. So that will be one of the main focuses of this class. And with that, we'll go ahead and begin. We'll go to the chair and go into the seated mountain pose. So whenever you get the opportunity, whenever you're going to sit down, try to use the chair posture, this modification. It can greatly strengthen our legs. Arms go out, arms in front. You can inhale here, and then on your exhalation, just slowly bring yourself down to the chair seat. How slow can you go? Strengthening those legs as you release to the chair seat. And then we're going to sit nice and tall on the chair, and we're going to just try to quiet the mind and quiet the body. So take some nice deep inhalations and exhalations, and just allow the physical body to completely release and relax. You can softly close the eyes and then move inward. We're going to let go of the outside world for the next 60 minutes or so and just be focused on what we're doing and what we're feeling as we're doing the different movements, as we're doing the different postures. Developing that inner awareness that is so important. So just follow the breath. Know that a slightly longer exhalation can help you release and relax a little bit easier. And just follow the gentle rhythm of that breath. Let it wash over you from head to toe, releasing any tension, any tightness that you might be holding in the body. So we quiet the body first, and then we quiet the mind. Just imagine your mind like a pool of still water, and visualize that still water. Try to quiet the mind and make the mind like that still water. Bringing our awareness deeper and deeper inside. Knowing that yoga is a mind, body, spirit connection. We'll just stay in this quiet place now, this very peaceful place, for a few more moments. And now we'll bring our awareness back to the room. You can open the eyes, but again, keep your gaze soft, keep it inward on what you're doing and what you're feeling. And remember, one of the best things we can do for our spine is to sit tall, stand tall, and walk tall. Trying to give that spine a helping hand here, keeping lots of space between the vertebrae. Let's extend the fingertips down towards the floor, and we start with our gentle shoulder shrugs, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears. We squeeze the shoulder blades back behind us and come down and around. Again, up, back, down and around. We'll do 2 more in this direction. Gentle, fluid movements just to wake the body up and warm the body up. Now we'll come forward with the shoulders, drawing up, coming forward and down and around, and feel the difference between this forward movement and the backward movement. Stretching out the upper back nicely here. And then we go in reverse again. We want to keep those shoulders back and down. Again, sitting, standing, walking, keeping the shoulders back and down. And then come back and turn your palms forward, nice long arms here for the sun breaths. Inhaling up, taking the gaze up if you'd like. On the exhalation, turn your palms outward and slowly come back down. Again, we'll inhale up, exhale down. Again, inhale up, exhale down. Imagine you're moving through some resistance, so the movements are nice and slow. Inhale up. This time, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your thumbs, wake the hands up. Palms forward, inhale up. This time we'll add wrist rotations. Palms forward, inhale up. Bring the palms together in prayer position. Press them firmly together and bring them back in front of the heart center. Again, we'll inhale up. Exhale out and around. Use your breath. Feel your breath in the body. And we'll do 2 more here. And then bring the hands to rest on your lap, and we'll work the neck. Again, try to keep your neck nice and long here. We're going to tuck the chin gently toward the chest. And here you should feel a gentle stretch between your shoulder blades and up the back of the neck. We will keep a little bit of space between the chin and the chest. Again, breathe deeply and just think of the breath and life force energy moving into the areas that we're working. Now we'll keep the chin tucked, but we'll rotate it over toward our left shoulder. We're just going to hold over here for a few seconds. Keep breathing. And then draw the chin back to center. Now we'll inhale and look off to the right, keeping the chin tucked. Hold here, keep breathing. And we'll draw the head back to center. Now we're going to start looking up and down. So we're going to inhale and scoop the chin forward and up, taking the gaze up, but trying not to over-arc the back of the neck. And then on the exhalation, we bring the chin back down. Inhaling forward and up. Exhaling back down. And one more time. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And then draw your chin up so it is parallel to the floor, and we'll look side to side, and we'll go to the right side first. So inhale, take your gaze off to the right. Just hold here, keep breathing. Over time, you can see if you can get your gaze back a little bit farther, but don't overdo either. Again, you can feel a little bit of discomfort, but you never want to feel a sharp pain when you're doing the movements. And then bring the head back to center. Inhale now as you look off to your left. Hold over here, keep breathing. And then come back to center. Next, we'll take the ears towards the shoulders, getting a nice lateral stretch through the neck. So inhale up and over, right ear going toward the right shoulder. Keep your left shoulder down. If you'd like, you can add the weight of your right hand to the top of the head or above your left ear and just use the weight of that hand to stretch a little bit deeper. And then you can lift and come back. Inhale up and over now. Your right ear moves toward, or your left ear moves toward your left shoulder. As you know, I'm sometimes challenged directionally, so we're going off to the left side now. And then lift and come back to center. Next, we'll place the fingertips or the fingers at the base of the head, just above your neck, elbows out to the side. Now press those fingers firmly into your head and your head firmly back into the fingers. And then release and bring the heels of the hands to the eyebrow area, pressing in, pressing back. And then release the left hand. Take the right hand above your right ear, press in and back. And then release. And then take the heel of the left hand above the left ear and press in and back. And then we'll release. Next, we'll come up to standing to do our energizing work. We really want to get the blood circulating through the body here, get the heart rate up just a little bit. And you can stay seated if you need to. You can just mimic movements from the chair seat, but just get the body moving as much as you can. Otherwise, we'll come up. I'm going to take my chair back just a little bit here. And we start just by marching in place. And then we do the yogic ragdoll. We're just going to shake and twist and try to get the body moving, every cell within the body. And then your arms can go overhead. You can cross over the midline of the body. Again, shaking, twisting, and then come back to center. And then we're just going to step touch a little bit, side to side. Come back to center, cross-country ski movement, swinging the arms, stretching out through the sides of the body. And then cross over the midline a little bit. And then come back to center and imagine you're actually holding those ski poles. So you'll get a slightly different movement when you're doing that. And come back to center. Next, we'll do body circles, standing tall, soft bend in the knees, extending the fingertips down. Swing both arms off to the side, overhead, and around. And try to get the hips in this movement a bit too. And then go in the opposite direction. And then come back to standing. And then we'll climb to heaven. We're going to reach up for that ladder, the rungs of the ladder, and pull ourselves up. And then imagine there's a fruit tree in front of you. You're going to pick the fruit. You reach, you grasp, and pull back. So working the hands. And then, of course, some has fallen to the ground. We'll get that up as well. Pick those up as well. And then we'll come back up and back up the ladder. And then just come back to standing for body tapping, left arm out, tap down the top of it and up the inside. And then go off to the other side. Take the heels of the hands and gently tap around the head. And then fingertips to the crown of the head, fingertips to the forehead, and then move around the eyes a little bit. Up and down your cheeks, above your upper lip, across the chin, down the throat. and then fists on the upper chest. Again, if you're congested at all, you can drink something warm and then just tap this area. We go down the side body, across the midriff. Lots of lymph glands, lymph nodes in these areas. Go down the sides of the body, come up the inside of the legs, down the outside of the legs and up the inside. Then take fists and tap the tailbone area, and then move up to the low back area. And then we're going to stand tall in mountain, shoulders back and down, feet grounded to the earth beneath us, crown of the head extending upward towards the sky. And then the gaze is out where the horizon would be, or just slightly above the horizon. Again, feel your strength, feel your stability when you're in the mountain pose. And remember, the mountain pose is the base of all the standing postures. And then we'll do our first real twist of the day, taking the gaze and the right shoulder back first and then moving to the other side. So on an inhalation, we take the right shoulder and the gaze back. On the exhalation, you can bring yourself back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale back, again off to the right, back to center, off to your left, back to center, one more time to the right, and back, and left, and back. And then we'll return to the chair using chair posture. Utkatasana. So in front of the chair seat again, arms out, arms in front. On your exhalation, bring yourself down to the chair seat. And then if you do want to get more of an aerobic workout, you can just go up and down to the chair seat several times. And again, really nicely strengthen the legs. So now we'll sit tall on the chair. We're going to extend the fingertips downward and just press back. Imagine there's some resistance behind you that you're pressing into, and that will nicely open up the heart center, and you'll get a nice stretch across the upper chest and a stretch through the arms. And then draw your fingertips down and out in front of you. Again, one of the main objectives in yoga is to create space in the body. When there's more space, there's less wear and tear. So we're going to extend through the fingertips and start working the wrists. Bringing the fingertips down towards the floor, and then palms parallel to the floor. Press out through the heels of your hands. Palms parallel again, fingertips down, palms parallel, and fingertips up one last time. So we're trying to open up that carpal tunnel area of the hands and wrists. Palms parallel now, work the hands side to side. And then we can come back to center, cup your hands, spread your fingers, and do a little bit of a twisting movement here. And then imagine you're picking up a beautiful scarf with your fingertips and thumb tips. And then release down. You can do another shoulder shrug. Float those arms out for some arm circles, coming forward. Fingers are pointed as we begin here. Go in reverse. Come back to center. Let's make fists. See if you can feel a difference. Come back to center. Press out through the heels of the hands and come forward. And again, go in reverse. Coming back to center, turn your palms upward and just flutter a little bit. Palms forward, palms down. And then if you can, if you have the ability in the shoulders, push those hands back a bit. And then release down, do another shoulder shrug. Coming up, we'll open and close the hands. So there's a lot of repetition, especially through the warm-ups, and we try to then add some different standing and seated postures through the rest of the class, but this is very important. So let's work each of the fingers, pat of the thumb to the tip of the finger, and just press firmly. Again, strengthening the fingers in this very simple fashion, Move to each of the other fingers, rotate thumbs, and then palms up again. Now we curl the fingers around. You can touch the fingernail of the pinky finger if you'd like. If you can, reach up a little bit farther and you'll get a greater stretch through that finger and hand. And then move to the ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and again you can rotate your thumbs. And then we'll do the sliding movement that you'll probably feel in your wrist. Pat of the thumb to the tip of the pinky finger, slide along the length of it towards your palm. And again, we just move to each of the other fingers. Simple movements that don't take very much time. Let's interlace the fingers, working the wrists for some gentle circles, and then some figure eights. And then come back to center and recross. The other thumb and index finger come on top, and we work the wrists out again. And then we're going to keep the fingers interlaced, but turn the palms down and gently tug. And then we'll recross and tug again. And then palms together in prayer position. On your inhalation, bring those hands up. See if you can bring your forearms together and then open towards the sky. Again, palms back together, pressed firmly together, come back down. Let's do 2 more. If the forearms don't come together right now, that's okay. Just keep working at it. Maybe over time they will. And we'll come back down and release. And then we'll start our side stretching. Really good to get the intercostal muscles between the ribs nice and stretched out. That helps the lungs and the heart function better. So we'll hold on to the left side of the chair, float the right arm out, rotate the palm up. Inhale, sweep that arm and hand overhead. And then on the exhalation, tip to your left. Your gaze can stay in front of you or you can look upward. That way you'd work the neck a little bit more. But do what you feel comfortable doing. Reaching, stretching, breathing. Coming back to center, turn the palm outward and release. And now we hold on to the right side of the chair. Left arm floating out, turn that palm up. Inhale overhead. Exhale as you tip. Hold and breathe. Again, bring the awareness inside. Feel those lungs expanding on the inhalation, contracting on the exhalation. And come back down. We'll do that again, but we'll have the position of the hand slightly different and see if you can notice the different feeling there. Float your arm out, turn the palm up. This time, lead with the heel of your hand as you come overhead. Slightly different stretch. And then come back down. Left arm out, turn the palm up. Lead with the heel of the hand as you come upward. Keep breathing. Lift and come back. And then twisting. Again, twisting works the spine, keeping it flexible. It also moves internal organs around, so you get greater circulation to them. Lots of benefits from the twist. Inhale and elongate the spine, and then on the exhalation, turn to the right, left hand taking the outside of your right thigh, your right arm goes out behind you, and then your gaze can follow as well. So working the cervical spine as well. And then come back. Floating the arms out, again, inhale and elongate. Exhale, rotate off to the left this time. Right hand takes the outside of the left leg. Left arm goes out behind you. And come back. And then we're going to increase the stretch through the hip area, the thigh, the hip, and the lower back, all connected. So this will give us a little bit deeper stretch. Just cross your right leg over the left. You're going to inhale and elongate. Exhale, rotate to the right now. can even pull in on that right leg a little bit. And come back to center. Release, recross, now to the left side. Again, floating the arms out. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, rotate to the left. Right hand taking the outside of that left leg, left arm going out behind you. So just with a different position of the legs, we get a little bit greater stretch. The cat-cow movement is really good for flexing the spine, and we can mimic that on the chair seat and benefit ourselves. So we'll take the hands to the thighs, sit nice and tall. On your inhalation, you press your heart center forward, and this would be the cow position. And then on the exhalation, really start pressing into your thighs and round the low back like a cat, bringing your chin in towards the chest, and then come upright. Again, inhaling forward for cow, exhaling back into cat. Let's do 2 more. Inhale forward into cow. Exhale back into cat. And come upright. And then I'm going to go down to the mat and just show you a couple of very, very simple postures you can do while you're still in bed. It's better if you can get down to the floor because it's a harder surface. But if nothing else, try these on the bed. And a real nice way to strengthen the low back area. So come down onto your tummy, and we're going to do an all-fours stretch while we're on our tummy, a diagonal stretch actually, which really strengthens the spine as well. So if you're on your bed, you might want to lay at a diagonal there so you have enough room. So we extend the arms out in front of us, and we're just going to lift opposite arm and leg. So right arm and hand come just a couple inches off the ground, off the bed, and reach back with those toe tips. Now you're getting that stretch diagonally across the back. Very, very helpful. And then come down. Then take the left hand up and right leg up. Again, stretching forward, stretching back, and you can feel that in the low back area especially. And then you're just going to come up on your elbows, and this is the Sphinx posture. And what we do here, we have the elbows under the shoulders, hands just placed on the bed or the mat in front of you. And then you're going to try to press the tummy, the abdominal and pelvic area into the mat, and just take the gaze out in front of you. Again, just by doing this, you're elongating the spine a bit. And then we'll come up onto our hands and press back into a child's pose position. So again, you can try that at home. And then we'll come up to standing using mindful standing. So we'll take one leg out in front of us, curl the toes of the back foot around. You can have your hands resting on that thigh and then press up. Now, if that's unavailable to you, we'll show how you can do that using a chair. This is a good thing to practice. Even if you have problems with your knees, you can put a cushion, rolled up blanket in front of you, but it's really important to try to be able to get up and down from the floor. So this is just called mindful standing. Your hands can be on the chair seat. You take one knee down and then the other one. And then to get up, one leg in front of you, press your hands into the chair seat and come up. And just practice doing that. A few times. And then eventually, over time, you'll be able to get up and down without using the assistance of a chair. So a good thing to practice. So let's just sit here and take another sun breath. And then we'll come up to standing and we'll do a series for the spine that's very gentle, very safe. Again, stay seated if you need to. We're going to stand tall in mountain, press the hips slightly forward, take the arms out to the side. And this is just called a prana arch. The spine is long, just a little bit of a back bend here, allowing life force energy to flow beautifully throughout the body. Taking those arms up now, pressing the hips farther forward, gaze up if you can, hastasana. And then come upright for crescent moon. Again, swaying a bit side to side. Taking your head and your hands off to the left here. Press your right hip out a little bit. Keep breathing. Come back to center. Again, lots of length in the spine. And then go off to the right side. And come back and release. We're going to do Utkatasana, the chair posture. So we'll take the arms in front of us. Remember, you have options. If this hurts the shoulders or the arms at all, you can stack your forearms. You can take hold of your shoulders. You could even place your hands on your thighs. So let's try it with the hands on the thighs first. Nice deep inhalation here. On the exhalation, just take the buttocks back and down. Perhaps you could have your hands at your hips if you'd like. Then see if you can bring your arms behind you and just hold on to your hands behind the back. And then press up. And then let's just take hold of our shoulders. Nice deep inhalation here. On the exhalation, come down. And press up, and then we'll go into the full posture if you choose. Remember, you can use one of the other positions for the arms if you choose. So this is called lightning bolt as well, awkward pose as well. Hands in front of you, nice inhalation here. On the exhalation, bring the buttocks back and down, and you sit on the chair that's not there. Over time, you could go more into a squat if you chose. We're going to come up, take the hands to the thighs or the shins, and press the sit bones back into the monkey pose. And then you can stay in monkey if you choose to. If you have issues with excess pressure in the eyes not being good for you, say macular degeneration or glaucoma, stay here. If you have untreated high blood pressure, stay here. If you're dizzy or congested, stay with the torso parallel to the floor. If not, move into your forward fold. You're going to just release the head down. Your hands can come to your ankles, to your feet. You could have a block in front of the body. You're going to want to shift your weight slightly forward onto the balls of the feet, and then just release the head down. That gives you a really nice stretch through the back side of the body, or what we call the west side of the body. We'll take the hands to the shins and straighten out the torso. This is a safer way of coming up from a forward bend. Hands to the thighs and lift through the heart center as you come up, and take another sun breath here. Beautiful. We'll go back to the chair and work on strengthening the back from the chair seat. Remember, you have the Sphinx posture that you can do on the floor of your bed. You can also do the Cobra and the Locust on the bed. Just remember the position of the arms. When you're doing it on your tummy, it is considered more of a back bend. This is a forward bend on the chair, but it still does strengthen the body. So we're going to move the arms into the Cobra position. It can also be called goalpost position. You're going to inhale, again, keep your spine long. And then on the exhalation, come forward and down. And keep breathing. Again, to build greater inner awareness, you can inhale up, just pulse up a little bit, exhale down. Just to feel the breath moving in the body. And then just bring yourself up and release briefly. Extending the fingertips down towards the floor now, and then turning your palms forward. Feel that rotation. Again, inner awareness. How do the arms feel here? How do the shoulders feel here? How do the hands feel here? And then just rotate. How do you feel now? What's the difference there? Build that awareness. Now we inhale and elongate. On the exhalation, heart center comes forward, fingertips reach back. This works more of the middle and low back, the Cobra more the upper and middle back. Again, breathe, and if you want to pulse up and down, you can. And then draw yourself back up. And next we'll move into the goddess pose, and for that we have the legs out at a diagonal, and that opens up the groin area, the pelvic area a bit. So we can come forward on the chair just a bit and then take the legs out. I'm shorter, so my heels are going to be in fairly close to the legs of the chair seat. And again, if you don't have great flexibility through this area, start with the feet just splayed out a little bit closer together here. But over time, see if you can open up through that area more. Then we find the tailbone. Just sit back a little bit, feel that. Rock side to side so you can be aware of your sit bones as well. And that forms a nice little triangular base for this posture. We're going to float the arms out and bend, and once again, we're in goddess. And this can be done as a standing posture as well. Especially when you're standing, you want the midline of the knee to track towards your second and third toes. Grasp some imaginary weights. We can use light weights, 2-3 pounds, if you're comfortable with that. Going to press up and pull down. Again, up and down. Try to kind of exaggerate the movement, especially if you don't have weights. Remember, a can of soup or something of that nature can give you a little bit of resistance as well, so you don't necessarily have to go out and buy weights. And then we're going to take those elbows in and out, and here we'd like to see if we can keep the upper arms somewhat parallel to the floor. And you can imagine there's a great big pillow in front of you that you're going to press those arms into. Let's do one more here. And then release. And then we'll take the legs back to center, and we'll just do some hammers and curls. So again, imagine you have those weights. You're going to inhale up, exhale down. This is the curl. Again, do as many repetitions as you feel comfortable doing when you're doing this at home. You can start with just a few reps and then work up. And then come back down and then just turn your hands forward so your palms are facing your thighs. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And then we'll work the legs. Again, one of the best things we can do to help our knees and to strengthen the leg is just to lift it out in front of us. Here we'll have the foot flexed. You can feel the nice contraction in your calves, in your thighs. Again, we want to work these movements into our everyday lives. So sitting at the kitchen table, just turn to the side and see if you can hold that leg up for a few seconds on one side and then the other. And then we come back down. Right foot up, pointing and flexing, working those toes, seeing if we can spread those toes, doing circular patterns, and we want to go in both directions here. And then bring that foot down and take the left one up, point and flex, circles, other direction, and come back to center. Then we're going to sit securely on the chair, so you can move back a little bit and see if you can take both legs up. And again, just hold for a few seconds, and then soften the tops of the feet. Now we're going to turn the instep of the feet upward and feel that good stretch, and then down towards the ground. And again, you can go back and forth a few times and come back down. And then we do an important posture called wind relieving posture. Remember, so many of these postures can be done while you're still in bed early in the morning, and then you get a little yoga routine done before you even get out of bed. So we'll draw the right leg up and in. Again, with any knee issues, take the back of the thigh. Otherwise, just grasp the shin and bring that foot in as close to the body as you can. Again, when you start, perhaps you're just able to come up a little bit more over time. So we acknowledge that yoga is a journey. So if you're new to it, just take your time, be patient with yourself, and you will see progress over time. We'll turn that leg out to the side. Again, a simple seated hip opener. And then we'll come back to center. We'll hold the back of the thigh. We'll kick out a little bit. And then we can extend out and down, massaging the knee. And if you'd like, if it feels good, go all the way down the leg, massage the ankle a little bit as well. But really try to get fluids moving through the kneecap. So side of the knee, back of the knee, on top of the knee. And then bring that leg back into alignment and take the left one up and in. And then you can take that leg off to the side as well. Right leg tracks ahead. And then draw that leg back to center. Again, kick out. Do some circular patterns. Kick out again. And extend out and down and massage the left knee. And come back to center. And then today we'll do Gomukasana, which is the cow posture. So we'll need our strap for this. And what I'd like you to do is strap your left shoulder. You try to have about equal length of strap on the front and the back. And then you're going to extend the left arm out. This can be done seated. Take your hand overhead and then grasp the strap right by your shoulder. Then try to rotate that elbow up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to take your right arm out, turn the thumb down, go behind the body, and see if you can find that strap behind the body. Again, when you first begin, perhaps you're here. Over time, you should be able to get closer and closer, and then one day actually hook those fingers together. And then you can either squeeze your legs together isometrically, or you can cross right over left and squeeze those legs together. Cow face. The elbows represent the ears of the cow, your chest and heart center, the face of that cow. And then we'll carefully release. And then we can just move the strap over to the right side of the body. Right arm out, turn the palm up, bring it overhead, grasp the strap, elbow up. Left arm out, thumb down, go behind the body, and try to get those hands as close together as you can. Sitting tall, squeeze the legs together or cross left over right. And breathe. Try to sit tall. Again, feel what's going on in the body. And then you can carefully release. And we'll put the strap off to the side for now. A few sun salutations. It's kind of a gray, cloudy day today, so we'll try to call the sun out here. Taking the arms out, inhaling up, saluting the sun, its energy, its warmth, and then on the exhalation, bowing to the earth. Taking the hands to the sides of the legs, bring yourself up slowly, lifting through the heart center. Again, inhaling up and exhaling down. And one more. And come up. And then we'll come up to standing. We can do a bit of balance work and then a few standing postures. Again, toe raises, calf raises, whatever you want to call them, just rocking back and forth on the feet, splaying the feet out to the side. And then coming back to center. And let's try a little bit of the tree posture, Vrikshasana. The hands can come to the heart center. If you need, you can have one hand on the heart center, one hand on the chair. Again, you can stay seated if you choose and just mimic the movements as much as you possibly can. We're going to stand well grounded on the left foot. So make sure you feel the pad behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and then either side of your heel, and keep that base. And then you can turn your right leg out to the side. You can just stay here if this is where you feel safe and comfortable today. Again, use the chair as necessary. Or you can stand really tall on that standing leg and bring your right foot up. And then if you choose, you can grow your tree upward and branch it out. I'm standing on the mat, which makes it a little bit harder. So again, I'll get my balance, try to stand tall, turn those toes out, and then bring that foot up. And again, balance can be different every time you attempt it. So don't be judgmental. Just do your best. And then we'll go to the other side. We'll stand on the right foot. Turn those left toes out to the side. Strong standing leg. And then bring that left foot up. Grow your tree upward. Branch it out. And come back. And release. Let's try a little bit of Warrior 3 here. Left hand on the chair back, standing on the left foot. Bend at your left hip crease and take the right leg out behind you. Now your arms can be alongside the body here if you choose. Hang on to the chair if you need. You can make a T, or perhaps you even take those arms out in front of you. And then we'll go to the other side. So stand well grounded on the left foot. Take the right leg out behind you. And then come back up. And then we'll go behind the chair, hands shoulder width apart, walking back till the arms are fully extended, and just bend at your hip crease and press those sit bones back. The head comes down between the elbows if you can. Again, a very good thing for the back to really create some space, especially in the low back area with that posture. And then today we're going to do Warrior 2 to triangle. So we'll step the feet apart, and it's a moderate to wide base. Again, you can have the chair in front of you or off to the side. Use it as necessary. Taking the arms out, they float out to about shoulder height. Your left foot is going to be your back foot. We'll turn that foot in slightly and turn the right foot away completely. And then the gaze is out over your right fingertips. Take a good inhalation here, and then as you exhale, just sink down. So bending that forward leg, trying to keep the knee above the ankle or even slightly behind it. Again, feel the openness of the heart center. Feel your strength. And know that you're resilient. We need to be resilient during these challenging times we're in right now. So build your strength, build your resistance. Then we're going to straighten that forward leg. We're going to take the right hand towards that right leg, left arm and hand overhead, and just move into triangle. Again, this can be done to the chair seat if you choose. And we'll come up and we'll turn the feet parallel and then work the other side. So arms float out. This is called 5-point star. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out. The gaze is out over your left fingertips now. Deep inhalation here, and then on the exhale, just softly bend that forward leg. So tendency for the back arm to dip down, so try to keep it at the same height as the forward arm. And then we'll just straighten that forward leg and move right into triangle here. And in triangle, it doesn't matter that you get that hand all the way down to the foot. You can have that hand resting on the chair seat if you choose. Mainly over time, you'd like to get your shoulders more or less stacked over each other. And then we'll come up and release. And I'll just show you that on the chair. So one foot under the chair seat, you can take your hand to the chair seat and then lift that back leg for a version of triangle. So let's do down dog again. Hands shoulder width apart, pressing those sit bones back, and then bringing ourselves up. And then we'll work from warrior 2 into a forward triangle bend. So we will have the chair seat facing us. You can line your shin up with the front of that chair seat, and that's a nice guide for you. And step the left foot back, and then square yourselves forward. Arms can stay back here. Again, if you have shoulder issues, better to keep those arms down. You can go into a goddess pose, or you can go overhead for the full warrior. On an inhalation, you do your back bend. On the exhalation, you bend the leg, the forward leg. Gaze can be in front of you, gaze can be up. Again, powerful and strong. And then come up, and we'll release. We'll step the left foot under the chair, have that shin up against the chair seat. You can step your right foot back. And again, position your arms where you choose. Nice inhalation here, just a slight back bend, and softly bend that forward leg. And release. So that was a slight back bend. Now we'll do a forward bend. Right toes under the chair seat. You can have your shoulders aligned over the front of the chair, and then come back upright. You can take your hands to your hips or go behind the body. Take a nice inhalation again, and then on the exhalation, come upright, forward, and down. And here too, you can keep the upper torso parallel to the floor and just stay here. If you want to go a little more deeply into the posture, you can release your forearms to that chair seat and bring the head back down. And then we'll take the hands to the chair seat, come up carefully, step the feet together. You can bend the knees a little bit and come up and take a sun breath here. Okay, the other side, left toes just slightly under the chair seat. If you bend, your shoulders are over the front corners of the chair, stepping that right foot back, squaring ourselves forward. Again, hands at the hips or hands behind the body. Nice inhalation and a back bend. On the exhalation, come forward and down. Again, when you're parallel to the floor, press those sit bones back. Come farther down if you choose. Taking the hands now to the chair seat, press up, step the feet together, and come up and take a sun breath. And then coming to the end of class, we'll float the arms out. We'll stack the arms. We'll do another twist. So on the inhalation, take your right elbow and your gaze back. And then on the exhalation, bring yourself back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale back. Off to the right. Back to center. Off to the left. And back to center. And then push-pull and gathering stars from Qigong and Tai Chi. A nourishing in-breath here, life force energy coming into the body. On the exhalation, press away to cleanse the body. Again, turn your palms towards you, draw in nourishment. Exhale to cleanse. 2 more. Palms forward. Inhale up. Gather restorative energy. Bring it home to the core of your body. Let's do 2 more. Whenever possible, breathe so deeply. Really get the diaphragm moving up and down. The diaphragm is a very important breathing muscle. And just the movement of that diaphragm up and down, just by breathing deeply, you're also compressing other organs and releasing, so you're getting greater circulation through that whole part of the body. So remember the breath. The breath is probably the most important part of yoga, a very most important part of life in general. So we'll return to the chair. And once again, we'll close the eyes and just try to find that quiet place, that place of stillness and peace. Remember that is always inside of you. You can access that place anytime you'd like, day or night. We often just forget that we have that quiet place, that place of stillness and peacefulness within us. So again, the eyes are softly closed. We're following our breathing. Allow the rhythm of the breath to wash over you again from head to toe. Allow it to release any last bits of tightness or tension that you still might be holding in the physical body. As you enter Savasana, this period of peacefulness, honor yourself for the practice that you've done today. You've worked on strengthening the body, keeping it flexible, and also you've worked on balance a little bit. Remember, we want to keep the mind, the body, and the spirit in balance. Imagine the energy channels within you being open from all the different movements that we've done here today. And then visualize prana, or life force energy, moving beautifully throughout your physical body, reaching every cell within you, washing over internal organs and systems. The body is quiet, the mind is quiet, like a beautiful mountain lake, a calm and reflective surface of that water, cool and clear water. Again, the inner gaze can shift to the heart center. Try to feel your heart center, feel the warmth within you. And then allow your light to radiate outward. We remember the heart as a place, the heart center as a place of empathy, of love, of compassion, and safety, peacefulness, and stillness. Let's reside in this place of peacefulness for just a few more minutes, breathing in, breathing out. If you'd like, you can place your left hand over the heart center now, right hand on top of it, just a little bit of gentle pressure, hand over heart. And then slowly bring your awareness back to the room. You can draw the hands together in prayer position or namaste in front of the heart center. If you choose, you can connect the thumbs with the heart center and bow the head. You can affirm silently after me if you choose. My body is healthy and strong, my mind is clear, and my heart is open. May we always acknowledge and always honor the spark of divinity or the goodness and the light that does reside within each and every one of us. And then our soul-to-soul greeting and parting, namaste. Namaste just means the light within me, the goodness within me, sees, acknowledges, and honors the lightness and the good within you. So thank you for being with me again today, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and stay healthy and strong.